So today we're going to be talking about faking it until you make it. And what these coffees are all about is being authentic and being transparent and being real. Because in 100 Coffees, we're all about having relationships, women having relationships with other women to help support each other doing life, because life is really hard and really complicated sometimes. And so we all just need a little bit of support. But it dawned on us, I'm going to mess with my camera until I annoy everybody. It dawned on us that we talk about being authentic and transparent and real, but we don't necessarily always have those conversations. And so I think Angela and we are going to start having those conversations, because we get online together and do coffee. She's in California and I'm in Nebraska. And we just talk about life. And it's really good, but we're like, people need to hear this, because I think people are too scared to just be real and be transparent with other women. And that's where our true support comes from. So put a 1 in the comments if you agree with that. Don't you agree? Do you agree that sometimes it's a little hard for us to be transparent with other women because inadequacy, or we're comparing, or we just want to be better than we actually are?
Right.
So with that being said, yeah, go ahead.
What the danger of that is that we do that, right? We all do that, and we all put on our best face. And then all we see on Facebook when we go through and we're trying to look for some encouragement is all of these fake or false positives, right? Oh, everyone's life must be great. Everything's going awesome. Everyone else has it together. What's wrong with me? Right? That's the danger. That's what we do to each other when we're not real and putting it out there as hey, I need help. Can anyone help me with this? Or I'm really struggling this week. Can someone have a coffee with me? Because I need to vent, or I need to pick somebody's brain about something because this isn't working for me today or this week. It doesn't mean you're failing all around. It just, hey, I'm having a bad day, right? I need some coffee.
And I need to just hash out my issues. I need to hash out my problems. And a lot of us who are at home, or if you're at home with children, or if you're doing a business and you primarily work from home and you're alone and you're seeing all of these people succeed on Facebook and post pictures and talk about how much success they're having, or how awesome they're cleaning their houses and their children are so well behaved, you're sitting there like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Hey, Lindsay. Good morning. Hope you had your coffee. So this morning, we're going to talk about faking it until you make it, because I don't know about you, but I have tried my hand at so many different things. And walking into a new situation, you're like, I don't think I can do this. I'm super not capable of this. I am going to look like a joke. What am I supposed to do? Angela, why don't you share a time where you experienced this?
Every day.
Right? Preach it.
I have been in drama most of my life. So I literally, example, I'm wearing my VIP kit, right? I fake being awake at 4 a.m. I get my smiley face and I put on my bright red lipstick and I act like I'm totally awake and hi, how are you? You pump yourself up and inside I'm thinking, I just want to go to bed, right? But sometimes that works. Sometimes you can fake your own brain to be all right, I can do this. Use your affirmations and you're like, I got this, you can do this, you're amazing. And you get started. And it's true, and it works, right? When you truly have the tools inside to back it up, what you're claiming to be, when you back it up with actual fact, then yeah, we can temporarily put on the happy face and push through and make it work. But sometimes I have gotten myself into so many messes because I've sat in meetings, especially my corporate, sat in meetings and made promises and, oh yeah, we will make that deadline, no problem. I can have that to you by the end of the day, right? And in your brain you're thinking, there is
There's no
no way it's gonna
there's
happen.
no way that
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's
But
funny
you're
that you said
afraid to
that
say
about,
that.
it's funny that you said that about waking up and like just trying to force your brain into submission a little bit because oh my gosh, mornings are such a struggle. They're such a struggle because I am not a morning person. I enjoy sleeping in, which what is that, right? What is that anymore? But when my child wakes up at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning and immediately he's not a sunshiny little boy, like a little perfect little boy who just wants some cereal and toys. No, no. He's much like me where he doesn't wake up well because he's not ready to face the day either. And it's so hard to say, okay, I am awake, I am happy, and I am going to teach my child how to wake up in like this pleasant toddler manner. How do you train your child when you can't even pull it off? How do you do it? How do you fake that? I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress there.
Yeah, I don't have the answer and I have 5 kids.
Ladies, I'm going to stop here just to say hi to everybody. Say hi if you're watching, and why don't you guys share a time where you guys have faked it? Faked it till you made it. That's what we're talking about here today, and spill the beans. Real and transparent as women so that we can support each other through it. So today's topic is fake it till you make it, and we would love to hear your stories.
Yes,
So
and comment so we can network because we're all about networking. Make a connection here today. Have coffee with somebody that's commenting.
um, let's see, another time, let's see, work. When I graduated college and I became a therapist, it's college and the real world are just completely different. They are completely different. You are working with actual people, and a lot of the times the book just does not translate to the real world. And so if you are not prepared for that, you have a lot of problem. And you're like, well, these people, I'm working with them. How do I act confident in front of people? I mean, this could be anything. You have your business, right? You just started your network marketing business, or you're in a new, you're stepping outside of your comfort zone to lead or to show up somewhere. And you're just like, okay, I know I can do it, but I've never done it. So how are people going to respect me for what I'm saying? How are people going to like my product? How are people going to believe me when I'm trying to help them with all the information that I've learned? And you really have to, from what I learned, wake up and say, look in the mirror, a lot of affirmations, lots of them. Keep a mirror everywhere. Your car, you have your mirror when you wake up, and you just say, I got this. Today, I got this. I got this. We're good. I'm confident, and I know my stuff, and I love it, and I believe in what I'm doing. So just for the next hour, I am going to own it. Have you ever been
Yes.
there? Have you ever done that? Had to like fake
Yes.
confidence?
Yes. And I used to actually write all over my mirrors so that like everywhere I went and I'd have sticky notes. I love sticky notes. You know me, love sticky notes. So I had sticky notes everywhere saying like, you got this, or maybe like my favorite like inspirational quote for the morning, or like if I have my 5 favorite, my top 5 things to do, I'd have those like posted all over the house. So every like the fridge, you're like open the fridge, there it is. You go to the bathroom, it's right in the mirror. Yeah, you get in your car, it's on the rear view mirror. You know, I had them everywhere. My family's like, "What are you doing? Are you that forgetful that you have to have them like everywhere?" And yeah, I am that forgetful because one bad thing happens and you go from like top of the mountain to like bottom of the pit, right? Like boom, like that. And how do you recover from that?
How do,
So
how do you recover from that? It's so hard. You guys, let's see. Lindsay posted, oh my OMG, starting all over in a new business. And my bonus dropped and trying to keep smiling and growing, even though financially I'm freaking out a bit. I know the outcome is going to be huge, but right now the struggle is real. Yes, girl, that is exactly what we're talking about. That is exactly what Angela just said about how you're good and you're confident and you know like the Lord is leading you to do this venture and you know that this is, but then it doesn't work right away, or it starts small and you just have to have that patience, and you take that initial hit and you're like, Lord, is this really what you want? Maybe I'm not supposed to do this. Maybe this isn't my skill set. Maybe this like, uh-oh, like, what have I done?
right, is it too late to go back? Can I go back now? Right.
so
Yes.
so how do you, when you face that, how do you keep going? Like what, and this is for all of you listening as well, like when you face that initial drop and you lose your startup confidence, how do you pick up the pieces and keep going? Is it sheer willpower? Do you say something? Do you read something? Like what do you do? What do you think, Angela?
I have a few different strategies. So one, I'm a big reader. And when I'm not reading, I'm like, it's kind of like if I'm not moving forward, I'm moving backwards. And if I'm not learning something, then I feel like my brain is shrinking. And so I read. I read at least one thing, if not 2 to 4 things at a time, depending. So I read one thing to fill me up. Like right now, this is an amazing book I'm reading. Fervent. It's backwards in here. But this is an amazing book, and it's very empowering. In fact, yesterday's reading was about reminding yourself who you are. Oh, and as women, how many times do you give away parts of yourself and you're like, who am I anymore? Like, do I even have anything to give? Like, am I of any value? Like, no one cares, right? If I don't show up today, no one cares. If I don't put my clothes on today, no one cares, right? So, yeah, it's like dance it out, Lindsay. I like that one. Dance it out. Music is very good. Music speaks to my soul. So if I'm having a bad day, I will, or watch a good movie. Oh, I just watched, have you seen The Greatest Showman yet?
No, I've been
Have you seen that one yet?
waiting. We don't get a lot of out here. We don't get a lot of movies out here. So like I've been waiting patiently to be able to go into the city and like go to a movie. So no, I haven't seen it.
That's got some awesome, just the music, the opening scene. I was like your adrenaline is just going. Like you feel like when you leave there, that the music it swells within you as you listen to the music, and you feel like, oh man, I can do anything. I can do anything. Like it's very much a, he had a dream, he forgot it for a while, right? We have those like little girl dreams, like to call them, and then you kind of forget who you are. You get to doing life, and life goes this way when you were going to go this way, and then you're like, what am I doing? What is going on? And then so at one point in the movie, he remembers, like he has this moment, and I so identify with that, because I was like,
I got chills.
I've had that moment. I remember sitting in a leadership conference, and I turned to my husband, and at the time I was a brand new manager in healthcare. And so brand new to leadership. My husband wasn't in leadership really, but we went to this conference, and I turned to him during the middle of this conference and I said, I'm supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be up on that stage. And he's like, okay, like what do I do with that, honey? He's a fixer. So he's like, I don't know what to do with that. And I was like, how do I get up there? He goes, I don't know. And no one could tell me. No one could tell me. All they could tell me was go get a college degree, and maybe someday you'll be smart enough for somebody to listen to you. That was the advice I got, right?
Sounds about right.
Had I had some really awesome, strong inner circle women around me who could have said, let me connect,
if you had
let me connect you with. Yes. I know people who do that. Let me figure out how to get you in contact with them, and maybe they can tell you how to do that. right? But I didn't have anybody.
I see Vicky said something here. Since I get to work from home 97% of the time, I don't have to fake it too much because no one sees me. But as I started my 31 business, then I was out in front of people and then leading a team, and I know that I was faking. I live in rural Nebraska near Michelle. Woo woo!
Yay.
My days are in my home office where I do all the books for our farm business, trucking business, and 31 business. During the times of being in the fields, or the farm, I am out there. I'm assuming she's going to write reading.
Running farm
Oh,
equipment.
thank you.
Wow, that is a very opposing world you've got going on.
A little bit of everything. That is awesome.
Wow. Wow, I love that.
But that just goes
I
to show
love
you, like, there are women that we can get support from that are in every sector of life. Like, literally, if we could just tap into this community that we have on the internet, right, on Facebook world, we can build these relationships all around the United States and support one another while we fake it, right? Because we all have to fake it a little
right.
in order to make it. And that's the same thing in being a mom and being a wife and being a leader and being a coworker, being even a friend sometimes. Sometimes you're just not, like, let's be honest, let's be real about this. Like, sometimes you're just not feeling friendly. Like, sometimes you're just not feeling the love. And you just have to say, am I going to let my personal feelings affect how I'm going to make the people around me feel? It's the same thing. So we talk about businesses and success and, like, facing our dreams and facing, like, faking our confidence, but it's the same thing with life. Like, sometimes we're just not feeling it, right? We're not feeling it. We're not feeling our roles, but that doesn't change the fact that we have those roles to play, which means the Lord gave us those roles, which means he's going to equip us with the right tools and the right attitude to crush it. To crush it and not make people feel bad.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Yes.
do you have anything else to add for faking it till you make it? What do you think? If you're popping in here, we are talking about how to fake it till you make it. And this is a new, authentic, transparent avenue to be able to share as women what we go through, what's actually going on in our minds, our weaknesses, our strengths, and how to tackle it, because we all need a little bit of support to be authentic. We're going through this stuff so that we can help one another, and so this is the place to let us know. This is the place to share it and make relationships. So share a time where you have fake it. Faked it? I don't know. I'm not
Faked.
sure.
Faked it?
Fake it till you make it. Tell me about a time.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Vicky shared, I have found that by starting out my day in a positive way, say giving it back to the Lord, and I put my makeup on, yes, girl, even if I'm not going to see anyone, I do feel so much better because I am ready. I agree, Vicky, 100%, because when I was put on bed rest, and I enjoy control, and I enjoy having everything in order and everything going the way it needs to go, I was like a bit of a mess. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. And so I would wake up and I would, like, kind of stroll through my day. I wouldn't get ready. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit around and wait to have a baby. I was doing my quiet time, and the Lord really impressed on my heart, girl, get yourself up and ready for the day. You still got a purpose. Get up and go. So now I've been getting up and doing my hair and doing my makeup, and it is like a world of difference. Like, you instill yourself with that sense of purpose, and, like, the Lord's got you, and I'm gonna, like, fulfill my role. It's awesome. So I agree. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes. Awesome. I know one thing that we want to encourage, we want to be encouragers, right? Is that if you are looking and you're not already a member of 100 Coffees, or if you just need to connect with somebody, find someone on this that's commenting on these threads. We're here to encourage each other. And if you feel like you have to fake it and put on a fake face for the world, even the Facebook world, and you're looking for a safe place to just be you and have support and not get judged and just say, I need help, or this isn't working, or I just need to talk to somebody, or I just need, I started the day, it was great, and I kind of hit a rough patch, or I need to practice an idea with someone. That's what we're here for. That's what 100 Coffees is. It's your safe place. Like, think of it as if you're at work, like many of us have worked in customer service, and the rule is you cannot be rude to the customer while they're on the phone, right? But there's this unspoken customer service rule that you can hang up the phone and then turn to your girlfriend or your neighbor who's also got her phone hung up, not while she's on the phone, and be like, can you believe blah, 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 right?
Been there. Worked at a call center.
Right.
Been there.
Yes. And so you can be there for each other and be like, oh, I can't believe that I was trying to help them and this is what happened. And they can like talk you out of the tree, right? Or sometimes they're like, and they have to share theirs too, right? But you can like let it go and not let it build up and fester and affect your frame of mind for the rest of the day because you have a buddy there to help you. What the issue a lot of us have is we are here all by ourselves, like Michelle said, stuck at home, probably with kids in a messy house. And it's really hard to get pumped up and excited when you're all by yourself. Like the kids are going to be like, high five, mom. That was awesome. You totally rocked that call today. They're, way to file those papers, mom. Way to order that product, mom. They're probably not going to do that. Right. My daughter is very like if I've got to look at you making props for VIP Kid one more day, like seriously, I'm like, don't you want to help me? She's like, not really. So, you're not, if you don't have that and you need that, that's what we do. That's what 100 Coffees is. And we're hoping that by sharing a little bit of what we do with each other is what we're creating for all of the members and 100 Coffees. And it's a taste of what we're doing here. So this week, our topic is going to be for the whole week inside the group is going to be fake it till you make it. And sharing stories of, did it work? Did it not work? What is your strategy? Being real.
That's being authentic. That is what we are about. Having relationships in an authentic way and just helping women do life. We're all